Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Friebolin, back with a few more chapters of Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's library. Chapter 29. Oh man, said Kyle, leading his team around the balcony back to the young adult room. 9 library cards. This is fantastic. They gathered around the table. Okay guys, time for everyone to put their cards on the table. Literally. The teammates set down their cards. Kyle spread out 5 cards from the discard bowl. Akimi put out a pad to write all the information. Books, authors on the backs of library cards. Number 1, Miguel Fernandez. Incident at Hawks Hill by Alan Eckert. No David by David Shannon. Number 2, Akimi Hughes. One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish by Dr. Seuss. 9 Stories by J.D. Salinger. Number 3, Unknown. Number 4, Bridget Wadge. Tales of the Fourth Grade Nothing by Judy Blume. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling. Number 5, Sierra Russell. The Egypt Game by Zilfra Keedy Snyder. The Weston Game by Ellen Raskin. Number 6, Yasmin Smith Snyder. Round the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne. The Yak Who Yelled Yuck by Carol Martin. Number 7, Sean Keegan. Olivia by Ian Falconer. Unreal by Paul Jenkins. Number 8, Unknown. Number 9, Rose Vermette. All a Kind of Family by Sidney Taylor. Scat by Carl Hayson. Number 10, Kayla Corson. Anna and the Infinite Power by Miller Ames. Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. Number 11, Unknown. Number 12, Kyle Keeley. I Love You Stinky Face by Lisa McCourt. The Napping House by Audrey Wood. Wow, said Sierra. That's a lot of good books. But what do all those authors and titles mean? It means we need Charles, Andrews, and Haley's cards, said Kyle. Really, said Akimi? Because if you ask me, we already have too much information. Well, said Kyle, maybe later we'll find a clue that'll tell us something to do with this clue. And how are we going to do that? Asked Miguel. Have you ever played this? Kyle pointed to the Bibliomania box. Nope, always wanted to. We're just about to start a game. Does it have anything to do with finding our way out of the library? Sure hope it does, said Akimi. Awesome. By the way, Kyle said to Miguel, what did you find out in the arts and artifact room? Yeah, all those papers you were hiding from us? Miguel grinned. The original blueprints from the Gold Leaf Bank building. Clever, said Kyle. That way you could look for the old exits might still exist behind the new walls. Exactly. Did you find any? Asked Akimi. Nope. No hinted windows either. Yeah, what's up with that? How come they built this place with so few windows? To discourage bank robbers, I guess, said Kyle. Yeah, said Miguel. The only way was through the front door. The fire exits could only be opened from the inside, like in a movie theater. The vault itself was all the way down in the basement. Mr. Lemoncello kept all that security. And added his own, said Kyle. So it would seem. Well, hopefully Bibliomania will lead us to some kind of alternate exit. And fast, said Akimi. Don't forget, we're not the only ones in this game. One of those other guys is probably halfway out the door already. Okay, said Kyle. Gameplay is pretty simple. You spin the spinner and advance your piece the number of spaces that the needle points to. You have to move the library and go into each of 10 Dewey Decimal rooms, where you can pick up a book and answer the clue card. Are you back for story time, Chainsaw? Say hi. Say hi to all the kids. Hi, I'm Chainsaw. No. You stay and read? Okay. It's sort of like Trivial Pursuit, said Sierra, and the questions aren't that hard because they're mostly multi-choice. Let's hear one, said Miguel. The cards were separated in 10 multicolored mini stacks, one for each room. Kyle grabbed a green card. Okay, this is from the 800 rooms. Literature. Deathly ill and pursued by the ring rats, Frodo Baggins was carried safely across the River Bruin on the gleaming white elf horse of the Gorfindel named A. Asphodel, Ashfalorth, Armarian, and I don't even know what these words are. Akimi shook her head like she was having a brain freeze. What? I think the answer is A, said Miguel. They're all A. They all start with A's. It's B, said Sierra. It's from the Lord of the Rings. Kyle flipped the card over to read the answer. You are correct. You get a Lord of the Rings to put in your bookshelf. So Kyle, how exactly is knowing the name of an elf horse going to help us get out of the library? Maybe it's a secret code, said Miguel, and the 10 book titles will form a sentence to tell us how to get out. Possibly, said Kyle, but I see one problem. What is that? It's too random. Mr. Lemoncello would have no idea which 10 cards we might pick. Well, maybe there's only 10 questions, one for each room. Akimi grabbed the cards. Nope, they're all different. Hang on, said Kyle. He was remembering something about another game. Mr. Lemoncello's indoor-outdoor scavenger hunt. How his mother had been able to write to the company to request a fresh set of cards. Sorry, I'm being distracted. He turned to the video camera. I'd like my librarian consultation, please. What's up, Kyle, said Miguel. I'm playing a hunch. Mrs. Tobin appeared behind the young adult library desk. How may I help you, Kyle? My friends and I want to play Bibliomania, but we were wondering, is there a new set of cards? Yes, Kyle, there is. And a fresh deck of cards popped up through a slot on the desk. Let's just play one bookshelf, said Kyle, because we're a team, right, bro? said Miguel. Right, plus we don't have all day. Well, technically we do. In fact, we have the rest of today and tomorrow until noon. We've got 19 hours left, said Miguel. Charles and the others, said Sierra. They could beat us. Right. After all, he is a Chillington. And according to Sir Charles, they never lose. Miguel, you're the newest member of our team. You can go first. Right, said Miguel, rubbed his hands together, limbering up his fingers, practicing flicking his index fingers to off his thumb. Made sure you have a good snap and follow through. Would you hurry up and spin before my brain explodes, said Akimi. No problem. Miguel flicked the plastic pointer and whirled around the cardboard square decorated with a sunburst of 10 colorful triangles. Booyah! Triple zeros! General knowledge! That's not so great, said Kyle. How come? You get to move 0 spaces. Oh, bummer. Akimi shot up her hand. Yes, said Kyle. Do we really have to spin and count space in that junk? We have a deadline. Clocks are ticking. Maybe we can just pull a pink card, said Sierra. It's really not how you play the game, said Kyle. Yeah, but we're not really playing the game, Kyle. We're playing one another, the big game, the one with the ginormous prize. I have to agree with Akimi, said Kyle. Said Miguel. Fine, said Kyle. It's against the rules. Pull a pink card. Are you sure? Just pull it. Miguel quickly sorted the deck into different colors. He pulled the pink one on top of its pile. These are different. He turned it over to show the group. 0 plus 27 plus 0.4. Easy peasy. The answer is 27.4 because the 0 doesn't change the sum. Not in math, said Miguel. But this isn't math. This is the Dewey Decimal System. And there's always 3 numbers to the left of the decimal point. We need to find a book with the call number 027.4, said Sierra. Fine, but I guarantee you, it's not a math book, said Akimi. The team made their way around the balcony, circling the Dewey's decimal doors. Here we go, said Miguel. He slid his library card into the reader labeled the zeros. Okay, if we're going to find general knowledge, almanacs, encyclopedias, bibliographies, books about library science. It's a science, said Akimi. Where do they keep the chemicals? In a library paste, joked Sierra. She was loosening up. She hadn't read a book for hours. Found it, said Miguel. He pulled a book, 027.4. Man, it's old. Look how yellow the pages are. So what's this title, said Akimi. Get to Know Your Local Library, by Amy Alicio and Aaron Downey. Miguel held the book so everyone could see the cover. It was illustrated with a cartoony-looking detective in a checkered hat that was holding up a magnifying glass to examine books on a shelf. It looks like a library guide for kids, said Miguel. First publication was way back in 1952. It explains the Dewey Decimal System, a brief history of libraries. He reached the back of the book. Awesome, said Kyle. It's an old-fashioned book slip from the Alexandra Public Library. The one they tore down? Yeah. And this card, tucked in the sleeve, glued to the back cover, comes from the olden days when they used to stamp the dates. And look who checked this book out on May 26, 1964. Luigi Lemoncello. Now on the first floor, Charles used his library card to open the community meeting room A. Who was to have access to this room? Me and my teammates, said Charles. Andrew Peckelman and Haley Daly. Thank you. Please have Andrew Peckelman and Haley Daly swipe their cards in the reader now. Both of them did. Thank you. Entrance to the community meeting room A will be limited to those approved by the host, Charles Chillington. Have a good meeting. Charles and his team entered the sleek, ultra-modern white-on-white conference room. There was 12 comfy chairs set up around a glass-top table with a cabinet filled to the top with audio-visual equipment. You can write on the wall, said Andrew. It looks like the smartboard at school. Excellent, said Charles. Now, when we find the 12 pictograms and lay them out according to their position in the display case, They will create a rebus, and for that phrase, I'm quite certain, will tell us exactly how to exit the library without triggering any alarms. Therefore, it's time for us to lay our cards on the table. Haley nodded and pulled 2 more silhouettes out of the back pocket of her jeans. I found one of these in a cookbook, she said, the other in juvenile fiction. Nancy drew. There's a blank cards in this drawer, announced Andrew. We should use them as placeholders for the books we still need to find. They laid out a 3x4 grid. Here's the picture, guys. What does it mean? Said Andrew. Simple, said Charles. It means we need to find those 6 other books. Chapter 31. So does anyone have a clue what we're supposed to do with this book? Said Kyle. He and his teammates were back in the young adult room, staring at the cover of Get to Know Your Local Library. Too early to tell, said Miguel. Let's keep playing. This will probably make more sense once we get into the other rooms and pick up more clues. Whose turn is it? Yours, said Kyle. Flick the spinner. Akimi finger clicked the plastic pointer. Purple! The 800s. That means you move 8 spaces, said Kyle. Except today. She reached the card on the top of the purple stack. What she saw was written on it made her frown. What's the clue? Said Kyle. Something about literature or criticism? Said Miguel. No, it's a wild card. It's a riddle. Read it, said Sierra. I rhyme with dart and cracker jacks. Visit me. Find a rhyme for Andy. Peckelman? Said Kyle. How'd he get his name on a game card? Bro, nobody calls Andrew Peckelman Andy. Of course, it would mean Andrew Jackson, the 7th president of the United States. Or Andy Panda, said Akimi. Or Andrew Carnegie, said Sierra. He was a generous supporter of libraries. Okay, let's concentrate on the first part of the riddle. What rhymes with dart and cracker jacks? Smart and heart attack, said Miguel. Art and bric-a-brac, said Sierra. Art and artifact, said Akimi, nailing it. They hurried over to the art and artifact room. Everybody, check out the display cases. Find anything that rhymes with the word Andy. Well, this model of an old bank building is certainly grandy, said Miguel, and the Pharaoh's pyramid would be sandy if they weren't made out of Lego. True, said Kyle. Check it out, guys, said Akimi. This plaid fedora from 1968 was worn by a guy named Leopold Laboli. So, according to the plaque, Laboli was one of the notorious dandy bandits. Dandy rhymes with Andy. That it does, said Miguel. However, Loboli does not. Neither does Leopold. Candy rhymes with Andy, said Sierra, and she was standing at objects in a display case with a banner that said, Welcome to the wonderful world of Willy Wonka. Awesome, said Miguel, and there he saw everlasting gobstoppers, Galumptious gobstoppers, Laffy Taffy, and pixie sticks. Mr. Lemoncello is a lot like Willy Wonka, said Kyle. You mean crazy, said Akimi. I prefer the term eccentric. And Dr. Zachenko is his Oompa Loompa, said Sierra. Everyone started giggling. Nah, said Akimi. She's too tall. And not nearly orange enough, said Miguel. The Willy Wonka book was written by Roald Dahl, said Sierra, who Kyle figured could name 12 other books that guy wrote. In it, Mr. Wonka takes Charlie and Grandpa Joe home in a flying glass elevator that crashes through the roof of his chocolate factory. So now we have to find a glass elevator because there isn't one on the floor plan. But Mr. Lemoncello is just wild enough to build one, said Kyle. And if he did, he probably wouldn't put it on the floor plan. No way, said Miguel. Everybody would want to ride in it. I know I would, said Sierra. So we're seriously searching for a secret glass elevator, said Akimi. Maybe, said Kyle. Maybe not. This is just another piece of a giant jigsaw puzzle. We won't see the whole picture until we collect all the pieces. Or someone shows us the box lid, said Akimi. Look, it's only 6 o'clock, and we've collected tons of good information. You mean a ton of random information, said Akimi. Well, said Miguel, once we have more clues, we can use Sherlock Holmes' famous deductive reasoning to make logical connections between all this random junk. Worked for me, said Kyle, but we're going to play Sherlock Holmes. We need to spin that spinner and dig up more clues. The game's afoot, said Sierra. Huh? said Kyle and Akimi. Sorry. It's just something Sherlock says to Watson whenever he gets excited. Sherlock Holmes. Kyle just found another bunch of books to read to add to his reading list. Chapter 32. Okay, Sierra, said Kyle, your turn. Sierra flicked the spinner. The pointy tip ended up in yellow in the 200 zone, so she went ahead and pulled a yellow card. It's definitely the 200 section, she said, showing it to Miguel. Weird, said Miguel. What? Well, the 200s are where they keep books on world religions. But the two numbers on this card, said Sierra. Maybe this time we have to find two books? Suggested Kyle. I don't know, said Sierra, studying the card. 220.5203 is obviously a call number. Obviously, said Akimi. But this other number isn't the proper format. 2/20/15. February 20th, 2015, said Akimi. Quick, what happened on that date? Nobody knows because it hasn't happened yet. Oh, right. How about February 20th, 1915? That was the opening day of the Panama International Exposition in San Francisco, said Sierra. Everyone's jaws dropped. Sorry, I'm a big World Fair fan. Everyone else just nodded. Finally, Miguel spoke up. Okay, let's just go down to the 200 rooms and find this book. We can figure out the second part of this later. The team once again trooped down the second floor and worked their way around the circular balcony. You guys, said Sierra, remember how they switched all the hologram authors when Bridget had her extreme challenge? Yeah, she was doing really good till she got to that Russian dude, said Kyle. What Russian dude, said Miguel. Guy wrote 5 or 6 books. Sierra could tell you all about them. But look, said Sierra, now the author statues are the same as last night. So, said Kyle, if they can switch them around, these might be clues to our game, said Akimi. I'm going to write them all down. Start with the guy under the triple zeros, the Wonder Dome, suggested Kyle. Right. Akimi read the labeled pedestals and jotted them down. Thomas Wolfe, Booker T. Washington, Stephen Sondheim, George Orwell, Lewis Carroll, Dr. Seuss, Maya Angelou, Shel Silverstein, Pseudomus Bosch, Todd Strausser. So, said Akimi, do you think this game could get any more complicated? Maybe, said Kyle. It's possible that Mr. Lemoncello left a couple different paths to the same solution. Well, personally, I can only take one at a time, said Akimi. So let's go find that book. It should be in the next row of bookcases, said Miguel. Here we go. 220.5203, the King James Bible. An excellent choice, said a man with a German accent. The 4 teammates turned around. They were face to face with a semi-transparent guy in a medieval garb and a fully trimmed cap and a beard that looked like 2 raccoon tails sewn together under his nose and chin. I am, oh my gosh, I gotta try to say his crazy name, Johannes Guffenster Luden zum Gutenberg, said the holographic image, who had ink stains all over his fingers. You created the Gutenberg Bible with your printing press, said Sierra. Yeah, big seller. You need help with the Bible? I am at your service. That's supposed to be German. That didn't sound good. Okay, said Akimi. Take it away, Miguel. Herr Gutenberg, sir. We are looking for 2/20/15. Das ist falsch. Huh? That is too easy. 2/20/15 is Exodus chapter 20, verse 15. Of course, said Miguel. Exodus is the second book of the Bible. 20 and 15 are chapters and verse. He flipped through the pages. Here we go. Exodus chapter 20, verse 15. It's one of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not steal. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Come back later and hear some more of Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library.